So we have found a prickly pear cactus. Now here's a good technique for you. With tongs, it's like you are the claw. Go straight in and twist. First time I did this, it wasn't very successful. The prickly pear fruit weren't ripe. It didn't work out so well. I did the whole process and it wasn't ready. We have a good sign right now. There are some birds that have feasted on some of these, so that's a good sign that they're ripe. All right, let's see if it's good. One slice in the middle. Ooh, it's tender. I do believe that's what we're looking for. Nice ruby red color. So now after harvesting, that means, you know, getting them off of the plant itself, the prickly pear, I must burn off all of these pricklers because you don't want them in your fingers. Ah! The best way to do this is to burn them off. The first time I did this, I tried to use a safety lighter. It did not work so well. So, they are now finished. Fini. They look like red potatoes, but they're not. I don't have any evidence to prove this, but I think that if you boil with the skin on, it's gonna give it more of a tart taste. I'm just guessing. So I will cut these open. I will only use the inside of them, not the skin, and I will boil that to make my jam, jelly, opposed to boiling the whole thing. So that took a little bit longer than I expected, but we are done. All the little bits and pieces peeled off. Wonderful. And then here are all of the berries or fruit. Now I will pour in water until it is just over the fruit. And I think we'll start out high, and then once it bubbles, then we'll crank it down to you know, something more like that. Now while this boils, I need to get some lemons for later. I think we just need a couple lemons for it. The lemons will help bring out the extra flavor in the prickly pear. I think that'll be good. We have 4 lemons. 4 lemons. All right, so since the pot is boiling, we will turn down the heat. Now, with all that burning and all of that washing, you would think I wouldn't get pricked with any of those spines. I did get pricked with at least one of those spines. I know personally I wouldn't want to eat that, so I'm going to scoop it off. But yeah, the outside rinds are definitely not as ruby red as they were. More of like an off orangish green, maybe you could say. Wash jars, lids, and bands in hot soapy water. Rinse well. Jars must be kept warm until use. All right, so we have a new setup. We have the prickly pear juice here. The jars in this giant pot right here, the lid's there, and then the other lid parts, you know, those are the twisty parts, and these are the sticky top lid parts. We have the prickly pear, the juice, and the fruit itself. We're gonna put it in this old school crank measure to get all the juices out. And then we're gonna measure to see how much juice we have, and then we'll figure out how much sugar to lemon and pectin we're gonna put in as the jars and everything are getting ready to do what they need to do. So that's the plan. Got our fruits here. Turn on the stove. have 4 cups of prickly pear juice. That's how much juice we were able to get, 4 cups of prickly pear juice. Now, a lot of recipes, as I said before, have equal parts sugar to prickly pear juice, and some actually even have more sugar. We are actually going to have 3 cups sugar. This is kind of a scary amount of sugar over here. And then we're also going to have half of a cup of some lemon juice. There you go. Add some of the sugar. I'm going to wait for the heat to go up a little bit more over here. And then I'm going to add the pectin in. And then I will gradually add more sugar in.
A few moments later.
I'm going to set up here. I got the juices here, which is the jelly. We skimmed a bit of that. Now we have the jars over here. They are hot jars. We'll just do one right now. 1 jar. Nice and close. Nice and close. Just gonna, maybe this gonna. So the ragin', rollin', boilin' has been going on for about 10 minutes. Now we're gonna put it on a tray, and it's gonna dry, and then it's gonna be preserved. Alright, so it is a new day. And last evening, last afternoon, we made prickly pear jelly. Now, first thing to test is the top. Make sure it doesn't have a little bloop bloop to it, making sure it's suction, that it has been fully preserved. Testing it, very, very good. No bloop bloops, none of that. So we have preserved some prickly pear jelly. We've made 6 and a bit. But if you look carefully, you might have noticed that actually it doesn't look so much like a jelly. It looks much more like a syrup. So we're going to go with that we made a prickly pear syrup. Let's test it out. This is the exciting part, I think, the little pop. Ooh, yeah, I know. It was great. It's great. So let's test it out. We got a little spoon here. We're going to test it out on some toast here. Little drizzle effect. Little drizzle effect. A little more maybe. Why not, right? Little drizzle. Yeah, it's good. But I don't know if I'm just disappointed by the fact that it just rolls off the bread, and it feels a bit sad. But this will be great for pancakes or French toast. So that's a plus, but not so great on just toast. It seems very strange eating a sugary cactus fruit on toast. Yes, he was pretty devastated about how it turned out. In fact, that afternoon, he went back, reboiled it down, put some more pectin in it, and he was able to turn that syrup into a jelly. He did make prickly pear jelly. It did happen. In fact, he was so kind that he gave me a partially eaten jar of the prickly pear jelly. He told me I could bring it into the newsroom later so you could try it. Yeah, I'm just sorry that we aren't able to share it with the viewers. What is this? Uh-huh.
Subscribe.
Oh!